Okay, so we are going to talk about something that might seem a little frightening and not so encouraging today, but I don't want you to be frightened. I just want to give you some education and some knowledge on a couple of things. So, as you can see, my pearly whites did not get pearly white on their own. I used to be a fanatic of whitening toothpastes, specifically Crest. And then as I began to research and do other things on my own, as far as toothpaste go, I really started to do research on what was in toothpaste. And so I started using Tom's of Maine with no fluoride because, as you've heard me talk before, I really do not care for fluoride water or fluoride toothpaste. And I realize that there are some instances where you can't get away from that, but I really try to kind of circumvent that any way that I can when using products on my body, as far as lotion, deodorant, toothpaste, things of that nature. And your gums are really sensitive anyway, and then when you're vigorously brushing with a toothbrush and you're putting things in your mouth like plastic or sugar or various other things, which I will discuss in just a moment, it can really do some detrimental harm to the rest of your body. So you have to start with things like that when you're making a difference. So first I want to start with Crest, and I used to be a Pro Health user, and if you use whitening or the Pro Health toothpaste that have the little blue like grainy things in them, it's actually a chemical called, I have notes so that's what I'm looking at, it's a chemical called polyethylene, which is actually a derivative of plastic. It's how you make plastic. And so I was actually doing some research and I saw some articles where dental hygienists had actually found the polyethylene stuck in their clients' gums because they were using that toothpaste. So I really try to shy away from I think it's Pro Health, Crest Pro Health, or just really any Crest or Colgate thing in general. And so another thing that I wanted to talk to you about was sugar levels in your toothpaste, because if you're trying to get healthy and you're trying to avoid white sugar or brown sugar or anything in that type of situation, why in the world would you want to put sugar in your mouth first thing in the morning when you brush your teeth? Because guess what's going to happen after a while? It's going to become addictive just like a cigarette, and you're going to put an artificial sweetener or a sugar additive in your mouth via your gums, and all of that is just like your skin. If you put lotion on or any type of chemical on your skin, it seeps into your bloodstream. Same thing with your mouth. So, okay, here's the thing with toothpaste. Tom's of Maine was my favorite, and I actually have some concerns now, and I'm a little nervous, and I think I'm going to go back to making my toothpaste, which is very simple, 4 ingredients. I'll put the video back up for you. But back to my notes. So Crest specifically has sodium saccharin in it, and sodium saccharin is the salt form of saccharin, an artificial sweetener, and like many other salts, it disassociates into a component part when dissolved into water. So the words sodium saccharin and saccharin are used interchangeably because saccharin is the component that has the sweet taste. So even though it's not a sugar, you're putting a sugar in your mouth first thing in the morning when you brush your teeth. So again, if you're switching to stevia or no sugar or honey and all of those things, and you're really trying to avoid sugars, why in the world would you put that in your mouth first thing in the morning? You wouldn't. And it's not that you would know, because you wouldn't think to research this otherwise. So Tom's of Maine, no fluoride, my favorite toothpaste. I used the minty one. It didn't taste sweet at all, right? Catch this. Xylitol, which is usually in chewing gum, is in that toothpaste. So they've duped me again, and I'm frustrated, okay? I'm frustrated at this point. That's why I'm sharing this with you. You can do some research on your own. So I'll read from the notes. Xylitol is a sugar alcohol used as a sweetener. The name derives from Greek, wood, and the suffix itol, which is used to denote sugar alcohol. Xylitol is categorized as a polyalcohol or sugar alcohol. So there you go. And yes, Amelia, I'm about to get to that point right there, because I had a crazy thing happen to me over the weekend. That's what made me research my toothpaste. Okay, so both Crest and Tom's have this lovely little chemical in it. Well, it's not actually a chemical, it's a derivative of a red seaweed, called, and I never say it right, carrageenan, okay? and it is in most dairy products. And I have found that when I drink milk, my stomach cramps to the point that I am like sick, almost vomiting. I have to go to the bathroom. And all these years I thought it was lactose. But then again, I don't have a problem eating cheese. I don't have a problem eating ice cream. I don't have a problem drinking a milkshake. But if you give me a glass of milk or I eat cereal with milk in it, I cannot function. It is awful. Well, guess what? I found out after I had that stomach virus that I had actually been using a toothpaste with this in it and drank milk the same day, and I was almost deathly ill. I cannot handle it. And so I just wanted you to kind of be thinking for a minute about the chemicals that you put in your body. So I don't use Crest at all. I'm about to move away from Tom's of Maine. Even though there's no fluoride in the toothpaste, it still has a sugar derivative in it, which is not a good idea to be putting in your mouth. I don't want to put plastic in my mouth. So I'm really just going to kind of change the things that I'm doing as far as toothpaste regimen. I do create my own toothpaste, which has baking soda, coconut oil, peppermint oil, like an essential oil, a pure essential oil, and a couple of other things. But there's a video I have that I can post for you, and it's very simple to make, and it's actually got a little bit of stevia in it so that if you're trying to get a kid to use it, it's kid friendly and they don't freak out because it's just like a bland, salty, like minty thing. So I can post that video a little bit later, or just PM me and I'll shoot it to you and send it to you. But I just want to point out something before I get off is this is my list, I don't know if you can see it, of all the chemicals, even up here, that are in Crest toothpaste versus Tom's of Maine. When you actually look at the Tom's of Maine box, it's all in one line. And on Crest, we have stannous fluoride, glycerin, hydrated silica, sodium hexamide phosphate, propylene glycol, PEG 6, I don't even know what that is, water, zinc, lactate, trisodium phosphate, flavor, and who knows what the flavor is, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium glycinate, and then the carrageenan, of course, which makes my stomach hurt, sodium saccharum, xanth gum, polyethylene, which is the plastic, blue 1 lake, and blue 1, which are coloring agents. So that's all of the things that you're dealing with in Crest. And then in Tom's, we have potassium, aluminum, zinc fluoride, titanium dioxide, sodium lauryl sulfate, glycerin, water, hydrated silica, calcium bicarbonate, natural flavor, and xylitol. So I just really wanted to kind of point that out just so you could do some research on your own. Go check it out. And something else I found out by researching Tom's of Maine, it is actually a conglomerate of Colgate-Palmolive Company. So basically, yes, it's an all-natural substance or all-natural toothpaste, but it's not all natural. And so it's hooked to another company that creates these awful things that you put in your body. So that's just food for thought. Think about it, do your own research. You don't necessarily have to take the path that I take, but I just like to educate people. So this is my education for the week. I thank you for paying attention to me for a few minutes and just kind of branching out to think about that. I love natural stuff. That's the way to go. And I think if you're going to protect yourself and keep your body at its optimum level and the best version of yourself that you can be, you need to research the chemicals that you're putting in your body, from your protein shake to the food that you eat to the toothpaste that you put in your mouth. So thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I hope you do some research on toothpaste, and hopefully we can make some natural toothpaste together. Thank you, and I hope you have a fabulous night and you get a good night's rest and you wake up tomorrow feeling fabulous. Have a great night. Bye, guys. Love you.